Happy Sunday. I'm here in my little meditation, cozy reflection corner with my RBG notebook. And today's life lesson from a 40-something-year-old is about perspective. So I feel like I could talk about so many different angles of this, but your life can change greatly if you change your perspective on things, okay? And it all kind of ties into like how powerful the mind is, and you know what you choose to dwell on like affects your whole life. And so like two people can have very similar experiences, but if one person constantly just keeps reliving the past and the bad things that happen, if they do that their whole lives, and at the end of their life they reflect back on their life, they're gonna be like, I had a pretty shitty life, you know? But you could have that same person, and if they focused on the positive things and gave gratitude to the fact that they owned a home, they owned a car, maybe they're happily married, maybe they successfully had children, you know, every day to be thankful for those things. They always say like there's someone somewhere who would kill to have your life, you know? So it's like, money doesn't buy happiness, you guys. And I know, like, don't get into the, like, obviously, like, life's a lot harder if you don't have money, and a lot easier if you have money. Get it, trust me. But, like, I'm gonna find this quote that Steve Jobs said. Like, he obviously was one of the richest men in the world, and on his deathbed, he died young, he died in his 50s, and he said something basically about, like, it's not money, and it's about love, and spending time with loved ones, and appreciating life kind of thing. So yeah, anyway, like, what's the point of going to a job you hate every day and working crazy hours to make all this money, to buy a big house that then you want to fill with a bunch of shit, but, like, you're miserable every day? Like, what? And, like, sometimes I'm like, okay, so, like, I'm kind of rambling, but, like, back to perspective stuff. So, like, I'm a dog person. I'm an animal person. When I'm hugging my two dogs, I'm literally like, this is like all I need. Like, I'm happily married, I'm a mom, I'm not throwing away my husband and the kid. But basically I'm like, we could live in a much smaller house. Shit, I honestly feel like we could live in a trailer. And if I had them and my dogs, and like, I would want some land because I like being outside or whatever. But like access, it doesn't have to be like own the land, access to parks and being outside or whatever. Like just being in nature and being able to cuddle my dogs and laughing with my family, like that's what makes life fun. And it's like remembering those moments, or like it's all about like being present and appreciating what you have now. So, you know, every time I'm outside, I'm just like being so appreciative of how beautiful the trees are and nature and how amazing it is, and like just the point of being alive. So I saw this interview, and it said, this guy said to two like 20-something-year-old kids, he goes, how would you feel if I gave you $1 million? And they're like, I feel great. Obviously I feel great. He's like, how'd you feel if I gave you $10 million? Shit, I feel even more great. That would be awesome. And then he's like, what if I then said to you, but it means today's your last day and you're not going to wake up tomorrow morning. You can have the $10 million, but you will not wake up tomorrow. Today's your final day. Would you still want the $10 million? And they both were like, no. So then he says, wouldn't that then translate to waking up each day is worth $10 million to you? You would give away $10 million just to wake up the next day. So we should be treating each day as a gift like that. I even said to my daughter, like, is there any amount of money in the world that you would take if it meant we had to give away our dogs? And she was like, no. So right there, it's like they're priceless. No money in the world would compensate for losing their love and spending time with them. So you just gotta kind of like change your perspective on shit. You know what I mean? And like, I'll get more into this later, but like the more you think about stuff, it creates grooves and thought patterns in your brain, like physically. Like, I'm not talking woo-woo stuff. I'm talking like it creates neural pathways. And the more you think about something, then, like, so say if you're always thinking about negative comments, then it's much easier for negative comments and thoughts and beliefs to, like, travel in your brain on those predetermined grooves. So if you're someone who has historically been negative and you want to be more positive, you need to think more positive thoughts. And it's like training. You have to, like, retrain your brain. So it's like every time you think something negative, try to think of something positive. Try to practice gratitude every day. Think about the things that you have. You wake up every morning. I'm so happy I woke up. Thank you, universe. I'm so happy I have functioning legs and arms, and I have sight, and I have hearing, and I can go outside, and I can feel the wind on my face, and I can smell flowers, and I can play with my dogs, and I can do whatever I want today. Not everybody can say that. So, I don't know. It's just, thinking of the world this way has certainly changed my perspective, and I'm realizing I need less stuff and I just need to do more things that bring me joy, which is why I'm doing a lot more creative things like painting. It's why I started my own company. It's just, I don't know, that's it. I'm at 6 minutes, so I'm going to stop it now. So enjoy your Sunday and do something that brings you joy.